Welcome back to Classic Moments. I'm Bruce Howard. In the great history of University of Tulsa basketball, there have been some times when TU has taken on 3 straight teams ranked in the top 20, but only once has Tulsa beaten all 3. 47 years ago this week, TU took on 3 of the heavyweights in the Missouri Valley Conference, then known as the Valley of Death. Ken Hayes' first team is probably one of the unsung and underrated teams in TU history. Here's a look at that early January run by the TU basketball team. In early 1969, TU basketball under first-year head coach Ken Hayes had a remarkable stretch, an 18-2 record after 20 games, a 10-game winning streak, a number 7 national ranking, and over a 10-day span, 3 wins over top 20 teams.
Beat Cincinnati. They were highly ranked, and then a week or 2 later we beat Louisville, and then a week or 2 after that we beat Drake in Des Moines, Iowa, which incidentally I think Drake lost 2 games in 4 years in Des Moines, Iowa, and those 2 losses were at University of Tulsa. We beat them twice in the 4 years, and we were the only school to win there.
That was a Drake team, by the way, that went to the Final Four and lost to eventual champion UCLA by only 3 in the semifinals. And it was a tough Missouri Valley Conference those days. In the 60s, 2 national championships and 6 Final Four teams.
Back then, the Missouri Valley was called the Valley of Death. I'd say the top 4 teams in the Valley were in the top 20 rankings every year. You know, that was back in the day where you could go to Louisville on Thursday night and then going up to Cincinnati on Saturday night and then come back through Bradley or Drake or Wichita State. There were no easy teams. It was recognized as the top basketball conference in America.
After that 18-2 start, TU stumbled down the stretch, losing 5 of 6 at the end of the regular season.
Back in the day, as we say, you had to win the conference to get an NCAA bid. That's why there were so many independents. Back in those days, there were about, I'd say 15 or more independent basketball teams, and they take the conference winners and then fill up the brackets with independents. Actually, only 32 teams were picked to go to the NCAA tournament, and 16 teams were picked to go to New York City and play in the NIT.
So it was off to New York City for the NIT, where the Golden Hurricane lost to St. Peter's. But the 68-69 team is perhaps one of the most underrated in TU history.